I'm sitting here, no makeup, pandemic chic. I've got like these fluffy little guys on and this little sweater. I am feeling very calm this morning. I'm really in the flow, like in the groove of garden leave at this point. Like I'm just feeling very calm and like rejuvenated. And I can't believe I have one more month. So I'm very happy about this. But I have some trips coming up. So I'm trying to enjoy the last few moments of calm at home by doing this little reading vlog. Hold on, let me take a sip. I am going to be finishing these two books today, Three Men in a Boat and The Miniaturist. Three Men in a Boat is like the way that I've been describing it to my friends is essentially, I think, the first buddy road trip comedy ever written. It was published in 1889, written by Jerome K. Jerome, also hilarious name. Are you kidding me? Jerome twice. And it's essentially these three guys who are complete hypochondriacs, think that they have every disease in the world, and they tell themselves that the only way to cure themselves is to go on a boat trip up the River Thames. So it's a lot about nature. They describe all the places that they stop at. It's been really fun discovering all of the different characters' personalities. It's just a funny book. Like it's really funnily written, and I just love comedy. Like it's one of like the biggest loves of my life. Like if I could just wake up tomorrow and be on the SNL cast, I would love it. I would thrive in that environment. So this has been really fun to read because it just seems like the first road trip comedy ever written. Truly, like it's so fucking funny. So I've been having a great time reading this. So I'm gonna finish it. I'm about 60%, maybe, yeah, 60% through. So I've made some good progress on this. And I'm going to finish this probably first because it's more of like a daytime, morning time read since it all happens pretty much in the day. And then the second book is a book that I started, believe it or not, 10 years ago. I started this book when I was a teenager, and my mom and I would go to like Barnes and Noble and pick out random books, and I was like a notorious pick out books and spend a lot of time in Barnes and Noble but not actually read them, or like read them but not finish them. And when I picked up this book yesterday, so last night, I was like halfway through it from 10 years ago. So obviously, I didn't remember much of what was happening. I remember the general vibe. I remember there was a lot of marzipan involved. I remember I was in Amsterdam, but I didn't remember certain details, characters' names, character development, and that kind of stuff. So I looked up a summary of parts one and two because I was just starting out part three last night, and then everything came back. Like it was, I remembered pretty much everything. So continued reading it, and now I'm at the beginning of part four. That's where I left off last night. And so, yeah, I'm going to be reading this right after. And it was such a cozy read last night because I put on, oh my God, I'm going to be hitting my coffee cup every single time I put something down. I started reading in my bed last night, and I had put on this like super cozy fireplace in Amsterdam ambiance type of vibe. It was perfect for this book, like truly could not have been more perfect. That is all I will say for now. I'm going to leave you, start reading, finish this coffee, and I will catch you later. Okay, doing a little quick check-in. It's now super sunny and warm, and that's just how it goes during the spring in London. So I finished Three Men in a Boat. I went back and annotated a couple of pages because this book is so funny. Like, I had such a delightful time reading. I was pleasantly surprised to give this 4 stars, to be honest. Like, I really didn't expect this at all. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. There were so many funny parts, like the description of the illnesses that the main character is convinced he has. And then there were some beautifully poetic descriptions of nature, which I had originally expected from this book, but stopped to expect about halfway through, and yet it came back with a bang. So, yeah, I really didn't expect to like it so much. I really enjoyed this book. It was a beautiful read. I also still think that the author's name is hilarious. I mean, that's just your first name twice with a middle initial. That's so funny. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. I am going to read The Miniaturist. I had lunch. I think I'm going to make myself some tea, maybe some iced tea even, because it's so warm outside. And continue reading. I might go on a walk though if it's beautiful out. I might like listen to an audiobook and go for a walk and see if I can find one of the audiobooks for a book that I want to read that's on my shelves. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys and I'll see you in a second. Let's go. Hello, apologies for the sound quality in this little video because I am charging my mini mic. So sorry about that, but I do want to say I am home and I finished The Miniaturist when I was on my little walk. It was such a gorgeous walk. I mean, I love the early spring. The light is beautiful, the little blossoms everywhere, flowers everywhere. And it was also very pleasant to have the company of the miniaturist with me while I was on that walk. So quick review. I won't say anything to reveal the plot, but it is a very solid story. All of the characters have secrets and complexities that aren't developed until the end of the book. The suspense is kept until the end. The story is very gripping and as contemporary as it gets, quite frankly. So it was such a joy to read it and honestly just felt really cozy. I wish that I had read it in the depths of winter and not during like a really beautiful day, but you know what? That's completely fine. I'm such a mood reader. It's crazy. But I think otherwise it was a really solid historical fiction and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So now that I'm back home, I just want to enjoy the peaceful and calm atmosphere of my flat. And I'm going to probably have a little snack, make some tea, and then update my reading journal. I have a couple of updates since last weekend. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna put on some like cozy YouTube or a cozy TV show and update my journal with some tea. Sounds like a very fun evening.